Hai, saya Ridwan Jalaluddin atau lebih dikenali sebagai Awai. ARCO Skate Shop telah bermula dari tahun 2016. Pada waktu tu kita start off buka dekat tapak Uptown. Dan saya masih ingat waktu tu memang saat yang memang sangat-sangat best sebab kita diberi tempat dekat satu tempat yang agak corner lot dan kita ada like open space and depan tu memang totally cement. At that time I believe like, okay, this is gonna be a good place for me to start off, because why? We can also have like a small mini park dekat depan kedai tau. So I like, okay, that could be an attraction lah. But one thing about when we started off, ialah Uptown, so kita meniaga waktu tu memang waktu malam je. And so from 8 PM until 3 AM, which is memang totally rabak gila lah waktu tu kan. So we only have to expect customers masa tu datang waktu malam sahaja. Actually it was a fun place, but it was actually a struggle moment untuk kita orang lah when we started off buat dekat Uptown dulu. After 1 year berniaga dekat Uptown, that time my wife pregnant and then giving birth to my first child, Rais. So that was the time yang I told myself I just couldn't go on, because yelah dengan ada anak kan, so it was not a very comfortable place untuk nak bawa anak keluar malam-malam, because we don't have any helpers ke apa semua. So everything my wife yang jaga. Malam tu definitely I have to bring her to the shop, sebab yelah kadang sebab kalau balik lewat malam kat rumah pun kadang macam tak ada orang ke nak tengok look after ke apa semua. So at that time I say it was not really comfortable and it was not really the right time for me to like berniaga malam-malam dekat situ. So that's where I decided, okay, I have to close down Uptown. Went to do online for quite a while. Then after that I actually shift to Bangi. So luckily enough we managed to get a shop there. I really thought that Bangi was really a good place for me to start over, to develop new market, and I thought that when I was in Bangi everything is gonna be fine, because why, masa tu Bangi memang tak ada skate shop. And then knowing that Bangi dekat dengan Putrajaya, because we have a skate park in Putrajaya, there is a skate park dekat Kajang. I mean I could actually cover area sampai ke Nilai, Seremban sana. But yelah, orang kata tanpa ilmu perniagaan tu, a lot of things that actually went wrong. So I couldn't survive. It was really the lowest time of my life at that time. And memang I was like really struggling to really make it happen, but it just couldn't happen at that time. I think almost about 1 year juga I was there. Then I said, okay, I just couldn't continue anymore. Closed down the shop, buat online. But at that time after, I just couldn't depend very much on skateboarding. But of course at that time I was also working. I just continue working apa semua. Then nak jadikan cerita, PKP with the pandemic, despite kita memang berada dalam keadaan kesusahan dengan virusnya and with the economy situation, but it was really a blessed moment for me, because since PKP itulah, that was my jump start lah. That was my jump start. Because waktu PKP tu, I just couldn't continue, I just couldn't proceed dengan kerja that I was doing at that time. So I was like, yalah, everyone was like at home. And at that time, I was like really struggling, thinking, apa benda yang aku boleh buat untuk aku survive waktu PKP tu. And then, luckily enough, barang-barang skateboard tu memang tengah banyak time tu, stok pun memang tengah ada. And semuanya memang disumbat dekat dalam bilik rumah at that time. So I was like, okay, never mind, jom kita mulakan dengan apa yang ada memang betul-betul dalam tangan at that time. So I was like, okay, jom, let's go online, let's try. Walaupun at that time rasa macam, ada pun orang nak main skate dan semua orang duduk dekat rumah waktu PKP ni apa semua. But yelah, dia video orang lain memang dah tak ada option, tak ada nak buat apa, macam-macam challenge ke apa semua. So I was like, okay, let's make a challenge of like making people main dekat rumahan. So I was like, okay, jom kita jual barang skateboard, buat online. So I was like, okay, but how? And then I started to aggressively posting back on Instagram, Facebook. And one of the thing yang aku rasa memang benda betul which I did was I went on live talking about skateboard every single day non-stop for like 50 days straight. That was like, I think that was the right thing which I did lah during PKP. And daripada situ I start to discover new market. And then daripada situ juga suddenly nampak like orang mula tiba-tiba ramai yang minat nak main skate, cari barang skate. And then sedar tak sedar at that time with the stock which I'm left with, habis. Memang habis stock. Dari kat situlah yang membuatkan sales waktu tu memang berjalan dengan lancar betul. So I was like, hey, actually the market is there. It's just that all this while apa yang aku buat ni memang salah. I didn't do well in identifying the right market. So dekat situlah when I really aggressively going back into dunia skateboarding and really focus on building the skate shop. Dekat situ I start to identify the right market that I should go on with. Daripada situlah I said to myself, let's quit whatever that I was doing at that time. I quit my job, I quit every single thing, segala apa business ke apa semua. I kata I want to go full force into skateboarding. I want to build back Arco skate shop. I kata, and that was the time which I said things gotta switch. situlah bermulanya perjalanan Arco Skate Shop with the right direction, with a clear mission and vision, and daripada situlah di mana tercetusnya idea of coming up with Switch Skateboarding. Well, everyone knows, all skateboarder knows that if you do a switch trick, it is something great tau. So dalam dunia skateboarding ni, switch adalah suatu perkataan yang besar. Especially if you go into tournaments, you buat switch, you will get extra bonus for it lah. But the same thing in life juga. Especially like for me, switch is a really big word for me, because for all the things that I've gone through, all the ups and downs, I told to myself, if I really want to achieve what I want in life, I gotta switch myself, man. I gotta switch the industry, because for me, skateboarding nowadays sudah berada di bawah radar masyarakat kita tau. So it's like it's good to see that when nowadays parents are giving support to their children to pick up skateboarding. But today I see that things has changed. But then yes, there are still orang kata perception daripada masyarakat tentang skateboarding ni, yang mana ramai sebenarnya masih menampakkan benda ni sebagai satu perkara yang negatif. But it's not because of skateboard, it's not because of the sport, it's because of the person itself. So that's why for me, when I come with switch, I say okay, everything gotta change. Me myself gotta change to become even better. But for the industry itself also, for me, I told myself, well, let's build something which I can actually make a change to the industry. Well, I want to switch people's perception about skateboarding, where people think all about all this negativity things about skateboarding. It's time for them to have a different perspective towards skateboarding. Let's make skateboarding as a healthy sport, as a sport which actually bond between families, between parents, between the father and the kids, between siblings. Let it be something which is very positive, as a positive thing in life. So that is how actually I came up with Switch. My vision with Switch is to actually bring an impact to the society, so that orang akan nampak that skateboarding ni hanya bukan sekadar mainan jalanan, but it's actually a healthy sport. And on top of that, I think it's time for us to really produce professional athletes yang akan membawa skateboarding to another level, to the international level. Because you see nowadays, skateboarding dah ada dekat sukan C, even up to the Olympic levels. And if you see all the international competition yang ada, people are really eyeing on the events which skateboarders can actually make a living with it. This is one of my mission, which I want to prove, especially to our society, that if the youngsters having interest into skateboarding, and if they really want to pursue of being a skateboarder, making it as a career, which they actually can make a living with skateboarding. The industry is actually huge. It's just kita sendiri yang meletakkan batasan, yang menampakkan bahawa industri skateboarding ni sebenarnya kecil je kat Malaysia, tak boleh makan pun. Macam dulu kalau kata aku nak jadi pro balik-balik orang akan macam kutuk kau, alah pro Malaysia bukan boleh makan apa pun, habis-habis kau makan kayu tu balik je kan. So it doesn't make sense at all kan. So kita dulu dah dimomok-momokkan yang bahawa kalau kau fokus dan kau continue berada dalam dunia skateboarding ni, kau sebenarnya tak boleh hidup, tak ke mana pun kan. Macam pantang nenek moyang aku ada keturunan skateboarders ni kan. That was like our perception towards skateboarding kan. But well, the sports dari zaman dulu sampai sekarang masih wujud. Secara logiknya masih wujud. Bila benda tu wujud, bermaksud ada je orang yang sentiasa ada interest untuk nak main skateboard, dan ada je syarikat yang menjual papan skateboard. And those who are supplying barang-barang skateboard ni, definitely they are making money out of it. Kalau tak, kenapa dia orang nak produce skateboard kan? So for me, why not? If that shows that actually the market is there. Cuma kita sahaja yang meletakkan batasan dan limitation, yang mengatakan alah skateboard ni kecil je. Habis-habis semua nak tunggu dana kerajaan, bantuan kerajaan untuk nak support, untuk nak membangun industri. But for me, I think I want to be the game changer. I really want to switch the industry, saying that no, we ourselves that determines how far that we really want to go. And if you really want to go far, execute it, commit to the process, insyaAllah you will get there. It all backs to ourselves, diri kita sendiri kan. So that's why for me, skateboarding has been my passion. So saya daripada dulu sampai sekarang, saya tak percaya kenapa tak boleh untuk kita hidup dengan passion kita. And so dekat sinilah di mana sekarang ni, di mana saya berada, dekat sinilah saya merasakan bahawa I really want to create an impact and to prove to the society, to prove everyone around me, to show that hey, you can actually live with your passion, you can actually make a living with your passion. There are ways of doing it. And sebab apa? Batasan tu hanya terletak pada diri kita sendiri. Tetapi kalau kita hidup tanpa batasan, kita rempuh segala roadblock yang ada, I mean, we definitely can get there.
Assalamualaikum, nama aku Mak Fahim Bukadi Syam.
Hai, nama saya Muhammad Izzal bin Abdul Rashid.
Hello, my name is Isaac.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Nama aku Muhammad Afiq Ashraf bin Salihuddin.
Hai, nama saya Faizal bin Masyarum. Saya Faizal Shah Alam.
Aku duduk Puncak Alam.
Berasal dari orang Selangor.
I'm from Selangor, Malaysia.
Aku berasal dari Batanggali, Hulu, Selangor.
Umur aku 21 tahun. Aku dah skate selama 10 tahun.
Berumur 17 tahun, dah skate 7 tahun.
I'm 16 years old and I've been skating for almost 4 years.
Umur aku 15 tahun. Dalam 4 ke 5 tahun jugalah aku dah skate.
Umur saya dah 25 tahun. Saya dah skateboarding for 13 years.
Hi, what up yo, it's your boy Kodim. I'm Nanti, wait, let me start in German. Hi, Assalamualaikum. Mein Name ist Kodim. Ich bin 19 Jahre alt. Ich wohne in Shah Alam. Ich bin skaten for 12 Jahre. And I'm a rider for Switch Skateboard and Arco Skate Shop. I think the moment that I truly switched is probably because my parents were so strict. My parents, when they say no, it's a no till the end of the world. So that's crazy how my parents is. But you know, somehow I blessed to get that kind of education from my parents, because like that's what who am I right now. That's with parents and all, with the teaching that they gave me. We are not actually in the path of entertainment, you know. My family was against the entertainment industry. Like literally, I do wake up, and when I go out, I got this dislike from my parents. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?
Kalau dulu, saya belajar tak boleh keluar skate malam. Yang lama dia tengok aku skate, buat video benda semua. Sampailah Arco and Switch ambil aku.
5 years ago, I got hurt really bad. I tore my ACL on my left knee, completely gone. I didn't know when it was torn. At that moment, I went to a dark path. I didn't want to skate at all. I was so down and so bummed that I can't skate anymore.
Dulu saya seorang yang pemalu, yang tak banyak bercakap, tapi saya suka untuk mencuba sesuatu lah.
Mula-mula main skateboard, aku main dekat kawasan rumah je. And aku tak berani sangat nak belajar trik baru kan. Tapi bila aku dah start skate dengan kawan-kawan, rasa macam dah berani skate nak buat ollie, kickflip, sebab diorang dah ajar cara-cara dia kan.
I used to be lazy and I had a really bad attitude. I used to treat people with very little respect, but now I'm glad I have become more friendly and I've been treating people with more respect. So lepas tu dia tak ada ambil apa aku nak pergi mana, dia tak ada rasa. Dia dah tahu mana aku nak pergi, kalau keluar je, okey, bawa skateboard, pergi skateboard tu. Mana tu.
Abang saya yang banyak ajar saya skateboard dulu masa start skate dulu. Masa tengah-tengah skate pun belajar cara untuk try untuk cakap dengan orang sekeliling, dengan skater yang ada kat situ apa semua. Lepas tu kurang sikit rasa malu. Kita cuba untuk cakap dengan orang lah. Kadang ada juga orang yang tanya-tanya kita pasal skateboard ke apa ke kan. So kalau saya diam, nanti orang cakap pelik pula apa benda kan budak ni kan. Sekarang masih belajar, rasanya ada improvement lah. Bercakap dengan orang, kurang sikit rasa malu tu lah. Pada dulu-dulu lagi, kita taruh malu.
And then when I came to realize, I actually still can skate even though I did not have my left knee operated. It's just based on the mindset of how you think about it. So my switch moment is everything that I see in skateboarding, it resembles how to live my life in the real world. You have to be patient, you have to be adaptable, and that makes me more happy to be still skateboarding up to this day, actually.
I switched up a lot, and I showed to my parents that actually it can be good, you know. After I just came out my house, I got the support from my friends, you know, like, oh, this is hard, what you're doing is awesome. So that actually kept me going. A good family, good friends, a good support from the community that I had. Because if I wouldn't have my friends or wouldn't have any of support, now I would probably just give up.
Aku pilih skateboarding sebab
I always love to explore things.
aku tak pandai main bola. Aku ikut abang aku main skateboard.
Mula ada jiran main skateboard.
I think I was 8 years old. Then I saw my neighbors, you know, it just... I looked at my brother and it was just like, yo, what is that thing you're flipping? My neighbor was just like, yo, this is skateboard. So that day, literally, I was just like, I need to do this for the rest of my life.
Abang start main skateboard, tu saya join abang main skateboard. Sampai sekarang lah masih skate, abang pun masih skate, cuma skate lagi lah.
Because it makes me feel calm, peaceful, and it keeps me away from negativity. I get to learn tricks and stuff, so like landing a new trick is a lot of satisfaction.
That's what actually skateboard are, you know, just doing new things. After ollie, kickflip, after kickflip, shove it, after shove it, you know, just try new things every day.
Manopads, grind, bird, stairs, anything. You can name anything and be creative at your own way. That's why I choose skateboarding, because it has such a unique way of your thinking and your abilities of your surroundings.
So aku pilih skateboarding sebab best lah. Aku minat. Best. Aku suka.
That's why I love skateboard so much, and that's why I chose skateboard to be, you know, part of me.
Skateboarding changed me to become consistent.
Jadi lebih sabar.
It has taught me how to be persistent.
Walaupun dah buat banyak kali, tak dia nak cepat marah, cepat nak mengamuk kan.
Tak mudah putus asa.
Tak mudah mengalah.
Have determination.
And walaupun dah buat, dah jadi pun still practice lah.
It's all in the mindset. If you think everything is first try, then you have to do it possibly first try, so that you won't get hurt that much. So skateboarding changed me to really commit on learning new tricks.
Work hard to achieve what you want, whether it's in life or in skateboarding.
Skateboarding juga saya dapat improve English saya sedikit demi sedikit.
And dapat ramai kawan.
Dulu aku ada member seorang, nama dia Yusuf Ramadan. Dia asal Jakarta. Dulu dia duduk Picak Alam, duduk sekali dengan aku dalam area yang sama. Dia atas tahun aku. Dia banyak ajar aku skate ni. Lepas tu time tu aku baru nak belajar main board slide. Dia ajar aku, lepas tu then aku jatuh. Lepas tu kepala aku terletak dekat simen. Dan aku hitam. Dan tu aku dengan dia dia tolong kat aku. So apa benda semua yang skate, aku skate dengan dia lah. Banyak skate dengan dia banyak ajar aku trik tu semua, buat ni kan. So dia power lah. Dari situ aku belajar banyak perubahan aku dengan dia.
Skateboarding can actually make you to be a better person, because it does. That's why I want to show people, because there's so many bad influences. So if people can look up to me and say, hey, Gordon did do that, Gordon did do this, so why should we do it, you know? You can look at Tony Hawk, P-Rod, he stopped drinking, drink only coconut water. That's why I wanted to be big, because I want to show people that you don't have to do that to be a good skateboarder. You don't have to drink, you don't have to smoke weed, you don't have to do anything bad that people say bad things that to be a good skater. You just have to keep going, keep believing in yourself that you're going to be that person. That's what my mission is, to actually show the youth they can see good in skateboarding. I think skateboarding is so big that you actually don't want to change it, but you just want to get better and better, you know?
Aku rasa masyarakat masih fikir benda ni tak bermanfaat, tak ada dapat faedah apa-apa, masih benda yang buang masa, tak berikan untung untuk kerajaan.
I want to see changes and support the community, because we have this divide. I don't know why.
Benda paling tak suka kalau skate Kalau sikit berpuak lah, sikit scene yang berpuak macam ni aku rasa kena tukar. Tak kisah orang tu power atau tidak, bergaul dengan diorang macam ni.
And suddenly it's like, oh, Budak Shalom datang, you know. I'm not saying names, yeah. I see the people looking at me like, yo, why is he here? Even though it's a public part, but we do that. It's kind of suck because I used to live in Germany. People that actually judge me like, why is this Malaysian kid, you know, come here and trying to skate? No, they invite me. They literally say, hey, how long have you been skating? Where you from? They're so kind.
The skaters that like to gatekeep because like they want skateboarding to be well known, but at the same time they just trash talk new skaters and like they don't give a good advice.
There are those kids that wants to learn. Why not the pros or the better people go talk to them, approach them, teach them the way of what is skateboarding about.
Jangan rosakkan harta benda awam. Kalau guide tu kata jangan main dekat kawasan sini, lebih baik jangan main lah. Sebab kalau lantai pecah ke apa kan, nanti diorang akan cakap skater ni vandalism pula. So lebih baik jangan lah.
Mungkin macam kerajaan ke apa mungkin boleh buat lagi banyak skatepark ke. Aku pun kalau nak skate kena terpaksa keluar jauh, nak pergi Shah-Alam, pergi Mangkiara, dah masa sejam lebih baru sampai.
I think that needs to change as soon as possible.
Ya, aku rasa benda tu patut diubah dan mentality tu perlu ditukar.
That's what I really want to see in Malaysia, because I want to see that positive, where we support each other, where we actually be kind to each other, we actually teach each other.
And you skate with your friends, you have that drive that you want to progress with your friends.
So aku rasa benda ni paling penting untuk diubah. So bolehlah kita majukan industri skateboarding kat Malaysia.
In order untuk kita nak melahirkan satu support system yang besar dan kuat dekat Malaysia ni, kita sendiri kena berganding bahu, bekerjasama, buang segala sifat asabiah ni yang berpuak-puak ni kan. Dan benda yang paling penting adalah untuk kita mencari satu jalan, satu cara bagaimana kita seiringan boleh membina satu support system yang kuat dan betul-betul fokus untuk melahirkan lebih ramai skateboarders yang atletik. Bukannya skateboarders yang walaupun dia orang hebat tetapi attitude wise yang I mean all those gotta stop. I mean with due respect lah, it's up to the skateboarders whatever that they want to do. No one actually restrict them from doing it. But for me, if we really want to produce something which is positive and bringing a positive impact dan melahirkan mereka yang memang betul-betul atletik yang boleh jadi professionals and to represent Malaysia to another level, it has to start with a positive attitude, with a positive mindset. Dan salah satu cara untuk kita melahirkan semua benda itu adalah dengan kita bekerjasama among skateboarders, among organisation, among skate shops, untuk kita sama-sama bekerjasama dalam melahirkan objektif dan juga mission yang kita nak capai ni. So ini adalah satu perkara yang mana saya nak melihat perubahan itu berlaku dekat dalam industri skateboarding ni. Dan alhamdulillah sehingga kini saya rasa apa yang saya buat, apa yang saya usahakan, alhamdulillah berada di atas jalan ataupun berada di atas paksi. I mean it's on the right track already for me. Well, I quit my job, going full force in skateboarding, trying to build up support system dengan dan juga daripada sokongan dan juga kerjasama daripada kawan-kawan lain, daripada skate shop lain, daripada mereka yang berada di sekeliling. I mean I believe that we are already on track. So thank you so much skateboarding.
Thank you skateboarding.
Thank you skateboarding.
Thank you skateboarding.
Thank you skateboarding.
And
It's time to switch.